Welcome to another episode of Happy Hours with Derm. I'm Dr. Melissa Levine.
And I am Dr. Robert Finney.
So today we're going to be talking about one of the most common topics that we hear about, are asked about on a regular basis, and that's clean, natural beauty.
All right, well, in ironic fashion, I better make this martini a little bit dirty because...
So are we going to talk about the dirt on clean beauty?
I think we're going to have to.
Okay, let's cheers to that. I think we're going to have to drink.
Yeah,
cheers. Is it good?
Not very.
So let's dive right into it. Can we agree that there are actually no definitions? There's nothing that regulates clean beauty, natural beauty, sustainability. All of these are essentially marketing words that really mean nothing to dermatologists.
1,000%, and I printed it out because it's tough, but a definition that I saw from one clean beauty, acclaimed skincare company, they define clean beauty as beauty without compromising by putting harsh or toxic ingredients on your skin. Clean beauty products are free from potentially harmful ingredients. They are made with plant-based ingredients, responsibly sourced, and humanely tested. Clean beauty is natural, toxin-free beauty, plain and simple.
Okay, I had to take a drink after that clean beauty definition. Lots of strong words, harsh words.
Yes.
Words that make you feel really bad. So there's like a lot of shaming when you just break down that definition: toxic, harsh, harmful. But then there's a lot of these other words that kind of make you feel like you have to buy into the movement, right? We see this a lot with our patients where they feel like they have to do clean beauty because they want to be proactive and they want to be healthy for themselves.
That's what marketers do, right? I mean, Don Draper, I watch Mad Men.
I love
that guy can sell anything, including make cigarettes seem healthy, safe, and sexy. But, I mean, I think that the problem here is that they're just not regulated at all. And anybody can make a claim, and these beauty companies as well. And some of them, they're actually doing the work, and they're probably, they're researching their ingredients. They're trying to put out a safe product or what they believe is a safe product. And it's coming from a good place, but it's just something that you really have to do your homework as a consumer.
I think that's the big thing. When you mentioned that some of the companies are actually doing the work.
Right.
They're actually trying to actually be sustainable and highlight certain beneficial ingredients.
Right.
But because there's no regulation, because there's no FDA oversight or any formalized body, you can't really figure out who's good and who's not good. So that's the big thing, taking a study out of context and then vilifying the ingredient as a whole.
Yeah.
And that's one of the biggest things that we try to explain to our patients. It's not the ingredient, but it's a basic toxicology concept of
1,000%.
the dose makes the poison.
1,000%.
So if you think about a puddle of water, that's not dangerous. But if it's a tsunami of water, that can be really, really potentially catastrophic.
Yep.
If you drink 8 glasses of water a day, that's healthy. That's what we recommend as physicians. But if you're drinking tons of water, that can actually cause your sodium levels to go down in your blood, which can then cause, brain damage and even death.
That's why I don't drink that much water. Terrified of that.
Hence, happy hour.
So I would say it's interesting that we're also in an era where naturally produced products, whatever, like natural, those words, it's pretty much synonymous with safe. To an extent, like we all want to strive for less processed, right? There are plenty of bad things that we have created. I get where it comes from, but again, naturally produced things, people that forage for mushrooms, right? You can either die if you eat the wrong one.
Correct.
Have a pretty crazy time like Hunter S. Thompson, or you could just have a nice mushroom which has some kojic acid, helps with hyperpigmentation, whatever. I doubt if you ingest it's going to do anything for that.
Yeah, and I think it's really interesting that just because something is natural or naturally sourced, it's safe and it's fine, and then chemicals on the other end of the spectrum are horrible.
Quote unquote chemical, but we need to define chemical. H2O, chemical.
Everything is a chemical.
For water,
Everything here is a chemical.
Yes. So chemical, glycolic acid, main source of it, what, sugar cane? Fruits?
That's right.
Great chemical exfoliator.
Great chemical. It's what we recommend all the time.
Also anti-aging. It's going to stimulate collagen. It's going to help with hyperpigmentation. It's pregnancy safe.
Absolutely.
Right? But because it has a weird name, and you don't just call it sugarcane, which again, it's only a part of sugarcane, it's considered a chemical and something that, I don't know if we want to touch, right?
Exactly. We all want transparency. We all want better products. We all want safe products for ourselves, for our family.
Yeah.
But the current way that the clean beauty movement is doing it, it's not the way.
It's not. All of these news outlets these days, right? They just want a tagline, right? And it's the same way with these or not all, sorry, but like a lot of these beauty products, they just want to sell. There's something that they owe the consumer. And right now it's very tough to weed through the bad marketing ploys with the companies that are actually trying to do right.
I mean, that's the problem, right? Like all this fear mongering, all these confusing messaging that are potentially super dangerous.
Right. And even people that are trying to do good, but they're just taking these studies out of context, and it's like, hey, slow it down. Like there's no reason to immediately vilify that. Let's try to find better ways as opposed to vilifying things that are taken way out of context.
Absolutely. There's some things that we actually like about the clean beauty movement.
For sure.
I do like that they've brought more attention to certain ingredients.
Yeah. I mean, people are actually caring about what's in their skincare,
yes,
which is great.
Love that.
We've always cared, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Another thing that is good, but it's not at all there, is the topic of sustainability. Basically, the sustainability movement within clean beauty has a long way to go. Again, no definitions, no regulation. Most of the time, sustainability is talking about the packaging.
Right, it's gotta be all-encompassing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're talking about how the ingredients are sourced. Sometimes the ingredients are sourced naturally, sometimes they're sourced synthetically. Oftentimes, a lot of skincare companies actually source their ingredients from different labs, from different countries, which is oftentimes the middleman.
Yeah.
So it's very hard, if almost impossible, to hold brands and to their accountability.
Right, and you're never going to be able to do it, and that's why sticking with brands that you trust, right? And the ones that you can learn the most about that are trying to make some kind of impact on their carbon footprint, because I do think that some of them, especially with the packaging, they're trying to do it in good faith, right?
Yeah, they've actually moved.
And maybe they don't even understand the other end of it, right?
Correct.
Like, how many rose petals does it take to make an ounce of rose oil?
625 pounds of roses to make 1 ounce of rose oil. Farming for your face, more often than not, is actually one of the most unsustainable things that you can do.
Terribly. If you're gonna shed light on one part of it, we need to shed light on all of it. And I think that's where we should all come together at some point and form one big happy family.
Yes.
So we've talked a lot of dirt on clean beauty. Not throwing stones, but hey, let's get our act together.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
If they're gonna throw stones against every skincare company that is not quote unquote clean, you gotta be held accountable as well.
Absolutely.
Right? So what are your take homes?
I think the big thing is that try not to fall into these fear-mongering tactics.
Don Draper is sexy, it's tough.
Don Draper is very sexy. I love Mad Men. But it's really important to understand that nothing is regulated. Nobody's holding actually these companies accountable for using certain definitions. So as dermatologists who care about our own skin and also our patient's skin, there are many trusted skincare products that I use that we recommend for our patients that may not be labeled as clean beauty, but are clinical grade, safe, effective,
right?
And they work. And a lot of times they're at the drugstore, and we recommend this all the time. So really important to work with a board certified dermatologist or work alongside an expert.
Mine made my skin 6 years younger, so if anybody needs a dermatologist.
What are your take-home messages?
Well, I mean, don't fall for that, just like you said. On top of that, you really need to not overhaul your skincare all at once, right? We have multiple steps to our skincare. Well, some of us do. I'm sure you have a lot more than I do, personally, because I keep it skin minimalism, right? That's the word, look it up. But you don't want to overhaul your skincare regimen all at once. Add one product at a time. If you want to go into clean beauty, that's fine. There's no harm in it. If you want to add one skincare product at a time, do it. But give it a week for your skin to see. how's my skin doing? Is my skin breaking out? If you overhaul everything and you just buy every clean beauty product that you see and your skin starts breaking out, how do you know what is the cause of that?
Yeah.
Right? Because everybody's skin reacts very differently, and you need somebody who has sensitive, dry, combination, whatever. Like, we have to tinker with things.
Is that
Even
our next
as
episode?
dermatologists.
Is that our next episode?
It might be.
Drugstore picks for different skin types.
Who knows?
Cheers guys.